2024 and the rules for growing on YouTube have changed. So in this video, I'm going to cut out all the fluff and I'm going to show you the exact 5-step system that you need to follow to blow up your channel as fast as possible. It's how my channel you're watching right now got 70,000 views on its 3rd video, 160,000 views on its 4th video, and 150,000 views on its 6th video. It's not luck. It's a system that I'm going to break down for you right now. So step 1 is to understand the huge shift that YouTube made to their algorithm earlier this year. And I'm not the only one who knows about this big change. You see, Learn with Leo saw 100,000 views on his first video, and Daniel Bitten got nearly 500,000 views on his first video. So what do they know that you don't? Well, it's that they understand that YouTube is actively promoting small creators like they've never done before. In fact, if you go and refresh your homepage right now, you'll notice that small channels with only a few hundred views and subscribers will pop up every single time. And that's not an accident. YouTube recently came out saying that they've got a team whose only job is to help small creators grow, and they've made changes to the algorithm to help with this.
Yeah, so we have a team that is specifically focused on this challenge of trying to identify audiences for creators that are just getting started.
So if that is the case, then why isn't your channel blowing up? Well, here's the reason. It's never been easier to grow on YouTube if you make really high quality videos, but it's never been harder to grow on YouTube if you make low quality videos. And the truth is, most small creators just don't make videos that are good enough to get 100,000 views. And I know this sounds harsh, but it's the truth. And that is why advice like upload consistently or post at a specific time is terrible, because it doesn't solve the core issue. To make high quality videos, you need to master 3 fundamental skills, and these are at the heart of every single video that I create and all the most successful creators make as well. And this brings us nicely on to step 2. You see, there's a common theme among all of these small channels that are getting hundreds of thousands of views. Each one of them has a killer video idea, which is the first skill that you need to master. Coming up with an amazing video idea is actually the most important part of the entire video creation process. Yet most creators waste so much time making videos that no one actually wants to watch. So let me walk you through the exact 2-stage ideation process that I used to get 160,000 views on this video here. Stage 1 is research. So instead of just sitting down and thinking to yourself, oh yeah, what should I make a video on? Oh, maybe I'll do it on this. Instead, you need to do actual research and see what videos are already performing well in your niche. And the best thing you can do is look for outliers. Now, an outlier is just a video on another channel that's already performed way better than that channel's average. So if a channel is averaging, let's say 10,000 views per video, but one of the videos they make gets 100,000 views, then that video is a 10x outlier. So how do you find outliers? Well, what you do is you sign up to oneof10.com, which is a really cool piece of YouTube software, and you search for anything in your niche. So I'll leave a link in the description to this website, but let's just say we had a gardening channel. We'd search for gardening tips, and then One of 10 would filter out all the videos and only show you the highest performing outliers to do with gardening tips on YouTube. And this is an absolute goldmine, as every single one of the videos popping up has an idea that's been proven to work already. So what you do is you go through these videos and you just find one that you like, and then you take that idea as your starting point for your next video. Stage 2 is expand. Once you've found an outlier that you really like, you need to ask yourself 3 questions. Firstly, what angle can I take on this topic that hasn't been covered yet? Secondly, can I add more value by including additional information? And thirdly, do I have any personal experience that relates to this topic? The answers to these video questions will allow you to take this proven video idea even further, making it more unique to you and increases the chances that your next video is going to do really well. And this is the best way to find killer video ideas, because you're not guessing what works, instead you're making data-backed decisions. But coming up with a great video idea will mean nothing if you don't master this next skill. You see, your idea determines the video's potential, and your title and thumbnail determine how much of that potential you unlock. So skill number 2 is making a banger title and thumbnail. Now, I've personally designed thumbnails that have quite literally been clicked on by over 100 million people on my main channel, which has over 1 million subscribers. And from all of that experience, I can tell you that there are 2 things that you need to focus on when creating amazing titles and thumbnails. The first thing you need to do is stop the scroll. So just think about it from the perspective of your potential viewer. When they're scrolling through their YouTube feed, they're getting all these different thumbnails that will be popping up and shown on their phone. And what they need to do is notice your thumbnail. And you do this by including things like bold colors, having captivating text, and really, faces with expressions on them. And this is because the human brain is naturally drawn to these things and it will make your thumbnail stand out. Secondly, once they've noticed your thumbnail, you need to actually get them to click on it. And the only reason someone will ever click on your video is because it builds the emotion of curiosity. So that's the second thing your thumbnail needs to do. It needs to build curiosity. How do you build curiosity? Well, you do this by having a huge claim in your title. So don't make a video saying the 7 best productivity apps. Say, these 7 productivity apps changed my life. Or don't make a video saying how to get a 6-pack this summer. Make a video saying the world's best ab workout to get a 6-pack fast. Or on one of my videos on this channel, I didn't say why you shouldn't post YouTube Shorts. Instead, I called the video why YouTube Shorts will kill your channel. And that video's got over 150,000 views. The claim needs to be so big and so strong that your viewers will lose sleep at night if they don't click on it. That's the kind of mindset you need to have when making titles and thumbnails. And in fact, here's Mr. Beast saying exactly that.
Someone reads it, do they have to watch it? Is it just so intrinsically interesting that it's just gonna fuck with them if they don't click on it? Ideally, the title represents content that you would want to watch for 20 minutes. So if it's a 20-minute video and the title is I stepped on a bug, the click-through rate is going to be much lower.
Now let's talk about the third and final skill you need to master. And this is actually the most underrated thing that I never hear anyone talking about, and that is communication. Now listen to me very, very carefully here. Let's just say you're a 10 out of 10 when it comes to the knowledge on your particular niche. So your knowledge on this niche is right up here. But your communication skills are a 3 out of 10 because you don't know how to speak to the camera, and your scripting's not very good, and your YouTube setup is just very, very poor. How do you think your viewers perceive you? Do they see you as the 10 out of 10 on your niche, or do they see you as the 3 out of 10 in your niche? They see you as the 3 out of 10 because you are as good as you communicate. Just let that sink in. On YouTube, you are as good as you communicate. So the third skill that you need to master is communication. And there's 2 parts to this. There's visual communication and audible communication. Visual communication is your setup. So who would you trust more? The guy on the left with filming in his messy bedroom with poor lighting, or the guy on the right who's got a working professional studio with a nice backdrop and really high video quality? I hope the answer is pretty obvious. Now, what I'm not saying is you need to go and spend thousands of dollars on a fancy setup like I've got here, but I am saying that you need to start taking filming your videos seriously. Filming a video on your iPhone in your bedroom just isn't good enough because you're not going to stand out, which reduces your chances to growing your channel really fast. You need to film in a nice environment with a good camera, microphone, and lighting. Secondly, you also need to master audible communication, and this is what you say. So personally, I script out my videos word for word, as it just means I get straight to the point. So everything I'm saying now, I'm just reading off a script. And you don't have to do this is just my preference, but if you do want to script out your videos, then I've actually broken down my entire script writing process on this channel already, so I'll link that video in the description. But whatever you do, you need to make sure that your videos are to the point, you cut out most of the unnecessary stuff like the ums and the ers from your video, and you just remain authentic when talking to the camera. So show up as yourself, don't show up as a fake view, because viewers can see right through that and you don't build that deeper connection with them. So they're the 3 fundamental skills you need to master on YouTube to make super high quality videos. But there's one thing that's missing, and that is, how do you actually get better at doing all these different skills? Because it's all very well listening to this advice, but if you don't apply it correctly to your channel, then you're never gonna grow. Well, that brings us on to the most important point of the entire video, because remember earlier I said that posting consistently was terrible advice. Well, I wasn't lying, but I wasn't telling the whole truth either, because posting consistently and just hoping that your videos suddenly blow up due to luck is really bad advice. But posting consistently, let's say once per week, whilst doing one extra thing is the best way to grow. And that one extra thing is, each time you post, you need to focus on improving one of the 3 fundamental skills that we just talked about. Maybe one week you focus on mastering your video ideation. Maybe the next week you then really focus on improving your titles and thumbnails. And then the next week you spend some time nailing your scripting, and so on. You just keep doing this over and over again. And as you do this, the 3 fundamental skills that we talked about are just going to get better and better, increasing the chances of your next video blowing up. And that, ladies and gentlemen, really is the secret to blowing up as fast as possible on YouTube. It's not luck, it's a system and it's a strategy, but like anything else, it is a skill and you just need to work at it until you're good enough to make videos that deserve 100,000 views or so. The final thing I want to quickly mention is I'm about to release my full course that teaches all of this stuff in excruciating detail from the ground up. So we go over how to make incredible thumbnails, what sort of gear you should buy on any budget, what camera settings you should be using, how to light your studio up so your content looks professional, and we even go over like monetization strategies to turn your channel into a full-time income. So if that sounds exciting, then please click the first link in the description to find out more, and I'll see you there.